Okay, everyone, it is Saturday, February 28th. I am back at the Black Box Theater in Moline to see Wordplay. So this makes the Black Box tied for the venue I've been to most this year, tied with the Cornstalk Theater in Peoria, and makes Moline tied with the city I've seen the most shows in. This will be my fourth in Moline, and I've seen 4 in Peoria. So I am going to go find a seat because the show starts soon. Okay, trying something a little different here. I'm going to try to do the main section here in the car so that hopefully this video can upload as I'm traveling to my next show of the day. So, talking about Wordplay. I don't have a ton to say about this, which is why I'm going to go this route instead. It didn't really grab me. The last play that I saw here, which was written by the same guy, it was 3 short plays, all billed together. And those I really enjoyed. I thought the characters were really strong, and the stories, while simple, were evocative and relatable and drew me in. And this one, it just seemed like more of a collection of scenes loosely tied together, but there's not a whole lot of plot. Like, there's not a lot that just happens. It's just interactions between the characters. It's the kind of thing that if you see it on paper, it could go either way. Actually, there were a lot of similarities to God of Carnage, which I thought last night. There were only 4 characters, and the whole play was about unraveling and unreeling. Unreeling? That's maybe not the word I wanted. Revealing kind of who they are and their relationship with each other. Not in the same way as God of Carnage, but as a similar kind of focal point. But the chronology was hard for me to follow, and I understand it's not the kind of the emotion of the script. It would make sense to do it chronologically because the point of it is that you're getting these reveals and you're learning things as you go. But I found it difficult to keep track of the order of the scenes, and I think some of them it doesn't really matter, but there's a couple in particular that stand out that are like, well, wait, when did that happen? Because that doesn't make sense with this other stuff. So it's the kind of thing, maybe if I spent a lot of time thinking through it and talking to someone else that had seen it, maybe I would get more out of it. But it's one of those things that everyone did a good job, but it just didn't grab me personally. I was a polite way to say it would be to say that I was interested in the lighting choices. A more accurate way to say it may be that I was distracted by the lighting changes. I couldn't tell if those were supposed to help with the chronology or just different colors were to highlight different characters, or if they were just based on vibes. That was a little, like I said, distracting. And the music, it's not quite incidental music, but it wasn't exactly melodies or things like that. It's just kind of background music that occasionally picks up to kind of underline some of the emotion, but I found it kind of repetitive and, again, kind of distracting. So I think he talks about in the show notes that he's been working on it for a long time, and he knows that it's imperfect and not pristine like the people in it. I feel like packaged in a different way, it could come across a lot stronger, and maybe other people got more out of it than I did. I don't know. but not a super strong reaction from me on this one. But like I said, the other three that I saw from him, I really enjoyed. So certainly not going to count out his writing or this group. Going to keep an eye on them in the future. But for now, I've got a very long drive ahead of me to head to another theater to see an Agatha Christie story, Black Coffee, which I know nothing about, but I enjoyed the Murder is Announced. So I don't know much about Agatha Christie, but she's well known and respected, so gonna go check that out next. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.